And I think we are live. Finally, we are live. Hello, hello, my beautiful people. Hello, and welcome back to Body, Mind, and Soul Connection Circle. Another beautiful connection circle with beautiful faces, with new faces, and I'm excited to meet each one of you. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Happy Sunday, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is for you. Happy Sunday to each one of you. We all started by saying thank you before anything else. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your beautiful time, your precious time to be here with us, to shine a light on your beautiful gifts that you bring to this world. So thank you for having us here. We are absolutely excited. We're going to do a quick round of couple of seconds, your name, your title, and also where are you tuning from? And then we'll start with Karin.
Yes, hi. Thank you so much for inviting and holding this space for us all this Sunday morning. My name's Karin Maestro. I'm a holistic health coach, speaker, and founder of Thrivership School. And I'm coming to you today from Seattle, Washington, and it's raining.
It's better than snowing and -30, I'm telling you.
Oh.
Oh, okay, amazing. Let's go to Rahul.
All right. Good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rahul Karan Sharma. I'm dialing in from Washington, D.C. metro area. I'm a leadership and a mindset coach and a founder and chief learning officer of Steady Steps, which is focused on making young professionals and accidental managers become more empowered leaders. That's what Steady Steps do.
That is amazing. We were looking forward to hear more about it in the next round. Let's go to Lacole.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Lacole Smith, and I am the CEO and founder of AL Publishing and Consulting, LLC. And I am from the state of Louisiana, and it is raining.
It's raining everywhere, it seems. It's good. It's preparing for a spring.
Lacole, I missed your business name. Could you say it again?
AL Publishing and Consulting, LLC.
I can't wait to hear about that. Okay, cool.
Amazing. And let's go to Donnelly.
I'm Donnelly Gastric, coming back from some laryngitis here. My company is Complete Solutions. I'm the host of the Winner's Circle, where I lead high-level CEOs, C-suite executives into what's necessary to lead the population through this evolution, which it's not being done yet. And I've got a small group right now, and they're just thriving. So I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, and I feel so blessed because as soon as this call's over, I'm out in the sun. It is so sunny, and it's going to be 50 degrees here today. And yay.
Bring the sun to us too. Send us some sun here too, in all the places that is raining. That is amazing. And let's go to our co-host as well too, Michelle.
Hi guys, I'm Michelle Beauchard. I call myself the Natural Entrepreneur. I'm a digital doula and a mission technician. I help people birth their online offers, and I help them build the tech that supports them. But I do it in a natural way that's for them, that brings out their natural gifts. So nice to be. I'm on Vancouver. I'm the left coast of Canada, on Vancouver Island, and yeah, it's so not far from Karin, just a little bit north. And yeah, it's not raining here, but it sure was yesterday. But it's not -30 Celsius either, so I'm great.
Amazing. And let's go to Lorna.
Hi all. We're thrilled that you are here. I'm in British Columbia, BC, Canada, and I am sex and spirit alchemist of the feminine-led life, somatic sexologist, a speaker, teacher, and energy healer.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Lorna. And I am Adriana. You truly is Adriana Di Marvel. I'm a communication expert and transformational speaker, and I am tuning from Edmonton, the cold tundra of Canada, Edmonton, Alberta, where today finally we had just a bit of warm because we've been fighting for minus 30, 40 Celsius degrees for two weeks. So someone send me some sun. Amazing, beautiful. Welcome everyone for being here. For those that are watching this live or replay, please comment below, say hello to everyone. Let us know where you're tuning from, when you're watching this, and also connect with all these beautiful people all over the world and say hello. And that's why we're here, because our mission is to come together, to connect, to collaborate, and to co-create. Because we're not here to compete, we're here to collaborate to make this world better. So we will take to the round 2, and Lorna is going to lead you on this so we can hear more about your beautiful work. Lorna?
Thank you, Adriana. One of the things that we love about our connection circle, and one of the reasons that we initially set up our piece, was really to support people in connecting with one another, as well as connecting providers with people who are looking for the services. We find that in our connection circle here, when people really hear each other's hearts, really, who are you? What is it that makes your heart beat? What makes you get up in the morning? And to allow people to really hear and feel you. And from there, whatever offers that you have are a reflection of you. So we love to use our circle time to really let you shine. The way that we will do this is we are going to go around from person to person. I just sort of feel like who to go with. And I'm going to, right now, it feels to start with Karin. And this is the way we're going to do it. I will put on the 5-minute timer, and that's our guideline for you, just to really stay in this container, to feel held, and to really come to the potency of what it is that wants to be shared today. We have a few different ways that we do it. Number one, we invite you to put down any script that you might have. And I say this because it was my experience. I would be so busy, what am I going to share, that I actually didn't even really hear what people were sharing. And so it really wasn't much of a connection time in those bygone years. So I invite you to put down your script and just really hear and feel what is being shared. The second thing that we like to do is to weave this connection, this circle together by the person that has, the first person that shares, they will share. The second person is going to pick up a thread, something that was mentioned, something that maybe resonated, or something that, oh, I get that, or a question, or somehow that connects to that person, acknowledges the person and something that he shared, and then go into your sharing in the duration of that 5-minute time. And we just weave that together. The first person that shares then picks up something from the last person to tie it in. And we really find that it's a beautiful way to really weave this connection circle together. So thank you again for being here, for the presence that you are, and the impact that you are having on the world simply by being who you are. Karin, welcome, and please share with us. Now, we have 3 questions, and Michelle has put them into the questions, sort of some guidelines. What are the gifts of you? Not the gifts that you bring as freebies, but simply, what is the gift of you in this world? Who do you serve and how? And your why. Mix them up in any order that you want to, and they're in the chat there for a guideline. Karin, thank you. We look forward to hearing you share.
Thank you so much, Lorna, Michelle, and Adriana. And thank you for this space. Where to start, right? Let's start with the movie The Wizard of Oz. And as Dorothy says, there's no place like home. And so what I do as a holistic health coach who specializes in working with breast cancer survivors after treatment is over, I help them to feel safe and at home in their body and mind again. After their life has been hijacked, much like the tornado in the movie, by this health challenge. I'm a survivor myself, and I carry the BRCA2 genetic mutation. And so it was after my own diagnosis and journey through breast cancer, as somebody that's worked for over 20 years in health and wellness, that I realized that staying healthy wasn't just about diet and exercise. There was so much more to it. And it was in diving through that I recognized when I was done with treatment and felt like the rug had been completely pulled out from under me, asking, what now? That I was uniquely qualified to help breast cancer survivors at this very tender, crucial stage of their journey. And I lead with a lot of heart, dash of humor, because I think it gets us through a lot of things, but a lot of grace, a lot of grace. I had to learn to stop putting so much pressure on myself. I had to learn to give up on the perfectionism. I had to learn to stop the people pleasing. And this is what I help breast cancer survivors to do. And but in a way that really embraces who they really are and all of the limiting beliefs and stories that they've been told throughout their life. And so as one of my thrivers in Thrivership School, my group coaching program said, Thrivership School is about unlearning all of the things that we've been told throughout our life, where we get to show up as we really are. And so that's how I get to support women to become their true self. And so to speak to my gifts, I've shared a little bit, right? Heart, humor, a lot of grace. But one of my gifts is something that I thought for many years was something that was wrong with me. And that's, I always felt like I was the odd one out. I never felt like I fit in, even in my family. I was different at school. I was teased and bullied throughout my entire life. I was made fun of for being different. I was the tall, skinny kid covered in acne. Just never felt good enough. And it wasn't until I had lost my mom, my dad, and my younger brother, my entire family unit that I grew up with, all of the people that had made fun of me, that I realized that not fitting in was actually my superpower. Because that is what allowed me to think differently. That is what allowed me to think outside of the box that society often wants to contain us within. And that's what allows me to provide a really sacred and safe and non-judgmental space for how anybody shows up in my world, and never judge, ever. And so that is really, and I've been told recently by one of our members in Thrivership School, and she said to me, Karin, I don't have my mom anymore. I don't have any sisters. You are who I turn to. And to have that as a compliment is, it brings me to tears. Like that, I want somebody to feel like they belong in this world, that they are not on their own, and that they have special, unique talents that they get to share with other people. And that's essentially who I am. Thank you.
Karin, thank you. I'm going to invite just all of us just to pause and be present with what's shared.
Karin, may I ask how you work with your people? Is it one-to-one? Is it in group? Do you have a course? What do you format your sharing your gifts?
All of the above. I have some short, like micro digital courses because of overwhelm and exhaustion that my clients are dealing with. I have masterclasses and workshops. I have very limited one-on-one. Thrivership School is really, it's a 6 months to 12 months to 3 year. We're going into our 4th year and people have been in it for 4 years. That's where the true transformation, just like you had shared about being in community here, it's through community that I see the biggest transformation. And that's where, you know, people really do get to thrive, not just survive, not just exist, but thrive in a life that isn't defined by a diagnosis. Yeah. So thank you for asking.
Thank you so much, Karin, for sharing and for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Michelle, if you would please share next. Some thread of something.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. Wow. That was so deeply beautiful, Karin. Thank you so much. I think there's so many threads in there that I could pick up on. I'm not sure which one to pick up, but I think that the thriving, not just surviving one resonated with me, because life will life us, and it lifes us all. And we come to the planet, we've chosen our curriculum, we come to planet Earth school, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we're going through it. And we go through these things, and then we also have to kind of tinker with our perceptions about it. So, you know, unlocking the layers of what's possible, and you know, what is abundance, and can we remember our whole spiritual selves and our true power and our true gifts and meanings. And I'm very fortunate for the people that have come into my life, you know, helping me unravel all of that. And yeah, people come in and go, and I really find that working in this online business environment beautiful that way. And it's one of the reasons why Adriana and Lauren and I created this container, was because, you know, we're genuine people out there who are essentially kind of reclaiming the internet landscape to that old sort of mom and pop business referral kind of system, you know, like where we used to have actual human communities and connection and local community connection. Yeah, okay, we went digital, but we need to reconnect that and re-diversify the business ecosystem. I use the natural entrepreneur because I'm a biologist by formal training. My mom was a nature artist. I'm very connected to nature. I use a lot to ground myself personally, but I can't not live my life naturally. And I have a guy, I was blessed, one of the biggest people who shaped my life is my son, who is nonverbal and has autistic and self-injurious, so I have him and his beautiful sister who's 16 going on 31, and you know, our journey as a family, you know, navigating the world has really shaped a lot of what I do. And so, you know, how I arrived at digital marketing is a crazy kind of Forrest Gump story. You know, going from biology to being a digital marketer was not a straight path. And I went through, become an organic farmer, and then working for government in biofuels and bioproducts, and then working with military veterans, and then, you know, fisheries stewardship and salmon recovery all in there. And when I had my son, it's when my true purpose came to be. And he, you know, given that we come here with an assignment that we've given ourselves, and as far as I understand it, Earth is one of the hardest places to incarnate in the universe. It's a places for badasses to be, and for him to show up in his body and do what he does every day, in his body, he is one badass. And I have learned so much from him. And so what I've learned from him is that we each have our own gifts, and we each have to craft our life naturally, and we each, like nature does, have to live in an ecosystem, and we're all part of the universal clockworks. And so I found my way from supporting him in a respite home care business that was great for the kids, great for the workers, great for the parents, but not breaking even as a business. I was like, that's not acceptable. Shouldn't be easier to hire, you know, get a pizza delivered to your door than care for your son. And so I'm like, nope, we need this. So I need to go out and figure out the money thing. So I went through stocks and crypto and all the things, and I landed on, on digital marketing. And so I dug in, and it's been fantastic. And I learned that just like he has gifts inside him that he can't speak, everyone has gifts inside of them, and they're all beautiful gems, just like rocks on a beach, or the number of species in the ecosystem. So I love to help people, and I know from my life, I need to be home and care for him, and I need my work and my world to be natural for me. And everyone has different preferences. Some people like to podcast, some people like to blog, some people like to write stuff, somebody and so we all have to design our online businesses in a way that fits our life, in a way that fits our personality, in a way that fits our gift, and allows us to resonate in our true selves, so that we can send out the signal that is the purpose that we are here to accomplish. And our wants and needs and desires are all flags towards that beingness of, okay, yeah, this is what I'm here for. This is what my purpose is. This is why I'm here. And so that I love to help people sort that out into, their, free, low, mid, high ticket offers, organize it in a reasonable way that, and then sort out the tech that supports each piece, whether that's a funnel or a website or a landing page or a subscription community or whatever automations that you need. I build those things around people's individual. So I help them build their natural offer ecosystem. And I run a TV show called Natural Success Clinic. And yeah, you guys are welcome to come look at us in Power Network TV. And yeah, I go through, I had a sports desk like feel where I talk about entrepreneurs and their business and their offers and what's working or not. So that's me in a nutshell. And the reason why I do this is my driving why is, again, the community, alleviating burden for caregivers in families who. Time's up. Michelle, be quiet. I'll just finish. I do this, and the goal that I have with the digital marketing and supporting clients is to generate revenues to subsidize respite and homeschool care, as well as ecological function. So those are my two whys and why I'm here and what I do.
Thank you, Michelle, for sharing that. Definitely powerful whys. Thank you. Donna Lee feels to go to you next. So again, if you could speak to your gifts, who you serve and how, and your why. Thank you.
I first want to take a point from Michelle and weave in the blessing, the gratitude, and the gift of having an autistic child in this lifetime, and the research that's been done with autistics. Have you seen the telepathy tapes? I believe it's just an insight to more of our nature that's coming on board and online for all of us during this evolution, whether it's mind reading, whether it's telepathy, whether it's remote viewing. I think I'm most excited about being here right now because of the advancements and what I know is coming. And so there's a deep excitement in me, and, workplaces aren't ready for this. No one's ready for it. It's beautiful to be in a room of like-minded individuals who all have a spiritual or in touch with their spiritual side. I wrote a book in 2022, Bringing Spirituality into Business. But I had been given that as my purpose over a decade before. And I'd been fighting in myself with, how to talk about God and the workplace. And I realized God is the grand overall design, the cosmos, the universe, and every single thing. It's an energy. It isn't a being that we pray to. It isn't someone out there. It's the energy in me, and it's the energy in you. And finding that connection is what I help top level executives find, because leading large organizations, requires leaderships on board. We're in an era, they call it the age of Aquarius. It's all about power to the people. But it also is about a restructuring of societal norms. And we're seeing it happen. I just started a new call, a free call to support anyone who wants to come. It's called Becoming. And I held my first one on Friday. And I brought up 4 topics and how they powerfully point to one thing: the rise in consciousness on this planet. So I am more passionate about this purpose in my life. And I've had 3 throughout my life. I've seen my purpose. You know, raising kids was amazing. Anybody who's been a mother knows what a great purpose that is. But this purpose, I am so excited about, because I know this is what I came for. This is what I came for. So my gifts run deep. I'm a reflector by human design terms. And my is the right angle cross of consciousness. So I'm here to raise consciousness on the planet. All of my inner work has brought me to doing what I do. You know, you can't step out there and serve high-level executives if you haven't healed your trauma, if you haven't, looked at your wounds. And I do it because it makes me thrive. It makes me feel alive. And it doesn't feel like work. It feels like joy and connection. And I know I want to commend you 3 women for putting this together, because over the next several decades, community is what's really needed. Community. And if you do anything in building your business forward, community, community, community. We are coming back to the power of the people. And we are all able to raise our state of consciousness now. It's not just for some, it's for everyone. And the opportunities are going to be wide and abundant for all of us. And I hope I can come back when I talk more normal and share again. But my focus right now is really to guide C-suite executives and leaders, board of directors, and HR professionals through the winner's circle.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you. And yes, do come back. And that goes for all of you who are here as well. You're welcome to come back. Number one, because there's always shifts and changes that happen for each one of us. And so you get to show up as you are in the moment. And there's a new set of people and community to connect with. So yes, do come back. Those of you who are on the call, those of you who are watching live or by replay, if you've not yet been here in the Connection Circle, do come in. And if you've already been, come back again. Yes, and Adriana says we need leaders like you, Donnelly. Absolutely, yes. Like these leaders that are here, each one. And I look at things in some ways. One of the things that comes is that of a diamond, right? We're each facets of the whole diamond. And somebody that a dear person in my world, at one point they were taught to cut diamonds. And they said that a diamond that is well cut, we often think, it's all glittery and glimmery and shimmery and sparkly. And they said that when you look at a diamond at any facet, a diamond that is well cut actually takes you into the center. You see into the center of it. So that's where I really see that of each one of us as a facet of our own experience, the works, the gifts that we have, the work that we're doing in the world is really about focusing in back into that center. So thank you, Donnelly, for sharing. I'm feeling to go next. So I'm going to pick up a thread there. One of the things that you had shared, many things as you were going along, I was saying, oh, there's this that I could, the one that I'm feeling to speak to is that aspect of really changing different, the mindset of our culture, our world, of looking at things from a different lens. And that's certainly what I as well feel that that's my calling to do it. And I do it through the lens of our sexuality, how we have been taught in many ways that, and looking at sex and spirit, how to bring those. In some ways, we've been taught, number one, where our sexuality belongs in a certain way and it's shameful and there's something wrong about it. It's not natural. And so there's a lot of layering of shame, disconnection from our sexuality. And it's the same thing that often happens around our, thank you for the timer, Adriana. It often happens as well in our whole experience of our spirituality. There's this disconnection from there. And it feels like my work is really to bring through this, looking at the duality, how we've all been taught to look outside of ourselves, that we are separate from the divinity, we're separate from each other. Let's put labels on so it makes it seem that there's other, there's out there. And to really look at bringing people back into an experience of their wholeness. And when I do things from the sexual perspective of things, I also use the lens of what I call mirrors and movies and merry-go-rounds. Merry-go-rounds, again, the idea we taught to look outside of ourselves. The movie, looking at things as a story, that everything that we have come through is perfectly in place to bring us to this moment so that we can be living and doing our work, this lived work that we are in the world. And then the mirror piece is when we look in a mirror, we actually see not what is, we see the opposite. And so looking at things in the mirror right now, our world, it looks like, there's the masculine energy that is over, and the feminine, there's man and woman, and they seem separate, and there's the masculine that's up and the feminine that's down, and there's all kinds of different things that we look at. It's kind of, okay, well, what if we were to look at that in a mirror? And so I look at it, so when I talk about sex and spirit alchemist of the feminine led life, it's about looking at beyond woman and man, but let's talk about feminine and masculine as energy and as form. And to allow that, if we've been living in the mirror and looking at things in an opposite way, that it's the feminine, as the feminine, when we talk about feminine rising or women's empowerment, it's about starting to bring this back into an alignment of, it's not just about women leading, it's about the feminine, which is spirit. In my world and the way I look at things, it's about the spirits leading, and this whole aspect of maybe it is, men being in service to women. That can be a start place. And once we start to keep coming back in, it's recognizing that, oh yeah, how do we use that experience to embrace the surrender of our human thoughts and our human perceptions into that awareness of our divinity. And so that's where I talk about the feminine led life is a spirit led life, because we're tapping into and living into that. So for me, it just really feels about my work in the world is really about, sometimes it shows up as empowering women and in training men. Sometimes it's really about supporting people connecting to their sexuality, connecting their sexuality and their spirituality, whatever lens it needs to happen. It's all about coming back home to ourselves, into that center of the diamond, if you will. My gifts are teaching. My gifts are being a leader and a pioneer, a trailblazer, to be able to set things up. When you talked, Donna Lee, about human design, I'm a manifester. So I'm one to be able to be out there and leading and creating, shifting paradigms. And as a teacher and speaker, to be able to do that. And I always thought that gentleness was a weakness. And I've come to see that it is actually one of my strengths, that gentle strength and the strength of gentleness. So I've been embracing that more and more as a speaker, to be able to live into the calling that 43 years ago, when my baby was a little child and I heard a speaker, I thought, that's what I'm going to do. And so to use my voice to help people come back home to themselves. And I do it in one-on-ones, group, do trainings, getting ready to do some retreats. Speaking is a big part of that, and through my energy work. So various ways that people will do that. As a poet, sometimes in my poetry that flowed after my midlife sexual awakening was about oneness. It was about the oneness of who we are. So.
Lorna, you're on mute.
Thank you. Thank you, Rahul. As I mentioned earlier, that each time when you come back onto the circle again, we welcome it, because each time what Adriana and Michelle and I find that each time we share, it's something new comes out, something comes through more clearly, or pieces come together. So we welcome when you do return, time and time again. It feels now to go to Nicole, please. If you would share with us your gifts, who you serve, and how, and your why.
Well, to start with the gift, I am a person like you, Laura, the voice. And that's what I resonate with you. Utilizing my voice, making sure that people are being heard and not just seen. I want people to understand that your voice is so very important, and the things that we speak about it passionately and with passion and care and love. You cannot go wrong, and that's something that I'm very, very passionate about, is making sure that your voice is being heard at all times, no matter where you are, no matter who you're around. Let your voice be heard. And that's something that I just deeply resonate with. And I utilize that through my business, AL Publishing and Consulting, because I work with women that have been through trauma. And I've recently got some men that have been through trauma. So it's my passion to make sure that we're diving deep and we're connecting to the source of that trauma and making sure that they are healing from it. That's the consulting side of it. But the publishing side of it is, I went through so much trying to get my book published till it was almost overwhelming. So I was like, I'm not going to put anybody else through that. I want to make sure that they are going to be heard, and nobody's trying to take their voice, and exactly the way that they speak it is exactly how it's going to be put out there. And that's what I do. Um, and I put everything together. So I'm a one-stop shop place that you can go. You can get everything under this umbrella. You don't have to go anywhere else. Your voice will shine through whatever you're talking about. And I'm very passionate about that. Um, I've been through so many different traumas and so many things I've had to overcome in my life. Even with my daughter, and I can resonate with Michelle. Um, my daughter is deaf and she has cerebral palsy. So dealing with someone and learning to be patient, because I did not have patience before I had my baby. Uh, so everything just came together full circle, and everybody that's been on here is an inspiration to me, because I'm so passionate about the things that each one of you are talking about, and it just gives my heart joy to be in a circle of women and men that understand that connection and networking is the power of the world, and the things that we're going to take by storm just because of the fact that we're connected with each other. And I love this. And as far as my why is my children. My why is my grandchildren. My why is my generation to come. I want to leave a legacy to let them know that you don't have to be silent. You don't have to be quiet. All you have to do is believe that what you're doing is passion, and take that passion and work with it and make the lives of other people around you better. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to leave behind. And my faith is strong because of my mother and my father, which I just lost both of them recently. Well, I lost my mom a little while back, but my dad more recently. And my dad was a pastor, and just to hear him get up and preach on Sundays and encourage people when they were down, it was passionate for me. And to be able to do the same things that I never thought that I would do, because I never thought that I would get in front of people and speak. And I'm a motivational speaker. I was always quiet and behind the scenes, but now God has given me the ability for to let my voice shine. And that's what I want to continue to do. And I want to do it in the lives of everybody that I come in contact with. So that's me full circle. That's what you see and what you get. And that's pretty much all I have right now. I'm just so full from everybody else. That's what I have.
Thank you so much, Nicole, for sharing that.
Well, I definitely want to know more about how can Nicole
work with
works
you.
her offer though. Yeah.
Say that one more time.
How do people work with you? How do you serve people? Do you do one-on-ones? Do you do group? How do you with your publishing and your one-stop shop? How do you support people?
I have courses. I have mentorships. I do a one-on-one mentorship. That's the most popular thing that I have. And basically, I'm with them for 1 full year, whether they write 1 book or 2 books during that year, however long that it takes for to get through whatever it is that they're dealing with and talking about and writing about. That's how long it's going to take. I don't want people to feel rushed because I know when I was writing my book, I felt rushed because one of the chapters about my mom took me about 6 months to write. So I kept putting it down because it was so emotional. And it was like, you got to hurry up, you got deadlines, you got this. Well, I don't have deadlines. I have passion. And if it takes you 6 months to write a chapter, that's fine. If it takes you 2 months to write a chapter, that's fine. If it takes you 2 days, that's fine as well. So my courses are for a year as well. Everything is stressed out for a year, but no matter how long it takes you, that's how long I'm there with you. So that's how that rolls.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful, it feels such a beautiful container that you create and hold for people. Yeah, it's
thank y'all for having me on.
For sure. Thank you so much, Nicole. Wow. Wow. Rahul, welcome. And if you would please share with us, pick up a thread from something that Nicole shared, and then please share of your gifts.
Well, the benefit of going in the last is I can share thread from each one of you because all of you have been so amazing, so inspiring. But as the format is, I have to take a thread from a previous speaker. So, Nicole, what I learned or what I liked about you is your listening ability. You want everyone's voice to be heard. And the way you are treating people or healing people from their trauma through listening, that is one of the natural gifts God has given to me. I am a giver, I am a listener, and I always want to, when I work with any individual, my thought process is how he or she can get more benefit than what they are giving to me. And I know how heartwarming it would be to hear people's trauma, because when you hear other stories, you tend to go into that stories as a coach. And that is very, very delicate part. So for you to come out from that, you need a coach, right? So what are you doing is very encouraging and very courageous. So thank you, Nicole. My why, being in the corporate America for 25 years and hearing from Donnelly about leadership and Lorna, the way you were talking about the gender, I have seen that when you become a leader, you become a discussion at the dinner table. You become a point of discussion. And what I have learned in many companies, they're having fast track, fast growth, hyper growth. And when they have that hyper growth, they don't have ready leaders. So what they do is they make a very performing individual contributor and promote them into a leader. And today, as we know, people don't leave organizations, people leave managers. So what I do is I help organizations build pipeline of leaders. the young professionals, and I want to choose my customer. And the reason I want to choose my customer because I've been to corporate America. I have done that. I don't want to go back. So I want to choose the client I want to work in my own terms. So today I work with clients on as a fractional CLO, where I provide my learning services, and as a part of my services, I do workshops for them. I do coaching for them. Yes, I do have a way to interact with folks, individuals. I do my workshops with those individuals. The unique part of my workshop is it comes with complimentary 3 months coaching, because being from learning and professional, I know 1 hour or 1 day of training is not going to do any transformation. For transformation, it takes time. And that's why I want to be accountable. If I'm charging someone, I just don't want to walk away by taking money from them. I want to be accountable for their growth. And that's what I do for our clients, individual as the organization, post coaching, post workshop coaching. Who I serve, as I said, about organizations, small to medium enterprise. My background is into staffing. So yes, staffing clients are my go-to clients, but the leadership challenges everywhere. So my clients are into two segments. One is the small, medium enterprise. And second, because I am focusing on the young professionals, the college community. So I am focusing on getting associated with college universities to have my courses as one of their one-off course. For colleges, the course that I have prepared is the transition from campus to corporate, because I have hired so many fresh graduates, and I have seen them struggling in their initial 3 to 6 months. They definitely need a course on that. When I go to colleges, a lot of colleges are having the course, which is great, but how it is being executed is a different story, because as a corporate, I have seen people are not fully prepared. So I'm here to serve the community. Positivity, as well as I think energy is something. Donnelly, you were talking about energy. I'm all energy guy. I'm positive vibes. So thank you. I love the vibes from Michelle when she interacted with me first, and that's how I am here today. I know it was long back when we connected. Today has been the longest day. I've been awake since morning 3 o'clock because there was a cricket game. But since I committed to be here, I came here. I did not want it to bail out at the last minute, but thank you, Michelle, for the invitation. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, and loving how much you're having in common with Donnelly. I'm feeling like you two. There's a connection there about serving the business and corporate leadership into stewarding them into this new way of leading corporateness. Rediversifying that. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So Lorna, do you mind if I say a few words? Have you got what else have we got?
We've got Adriana gets to share with us.
Oh
and
my gosh!
Pick up a thread from Adriana, and
We're
then
saving the best for last.
And then we'll go to our round 3. Absolutely, Adriana, please share.
Yes. There's so many beautiful threads to take from everyone here. We say this all the time, not to repeat ourselves, but we truly, like every single connection circle we have, we like, my heart is like pounding of emotions of like, almost like a part of me says, like the child in me says, yes, finally people that's speaking up, finally people are there to raise their voices and shine the world, because this world needs it. Who here speaks every day? Everybody speaks here every day, yes? We all need to speak, but who here was ever trained to properly speak? Anybody? Nobody was trained properly. One person, lucky. We never been taught to speak properly, to bring our voices, the real voice inside of us that speaks from here, not from here. Most of us, when we speak from here, but nobody speaks from here because we never been taught. We've been indoctrinated not to speak from our heart. because it's not good to tell your opinion. It's not right to tell your opinion. And that was me. I grew up in Romania in the 80s in a very indoctrinated culture, patriarchal culture about men, about women. Women stay at home, clean and cook, and men goes and do their thing. And if a woman is, God forbid, to say her opinion, will be put down. And that was me. I grew up in that environment. I grew up not knowing that I have a voice or even believe that I have a voice. Not because man is above a woman, because men are the rock. I learned this from Lorna. Man is the rock for the flame of a woman that creates beautiful things. And I never know that I had this in me until I had to hit rock bottoms, many rock bottoms, from health to finance to didn't know who I was, to divorce, to lose who I was, to lose everything I had, to wake up one day and realize that, wait a minute, I have a voice and my voice matters like anybody else. But I didn't know how to speak. I didn't know what speaking is. I was just, what do I say? I was terrified of speaking anything in general because I didn't believe. There was a lot of trauma behind my fear of speaking and behind thinking I'm not a confident person. So my purpose and my why is to break the myth of confidence. If you have confidence, you can speak, you can do anything in your life. You don't need confidence. I didn't have confidence and I still don't have confidence because I believe that confidence is a result of your actions. Confidence comes after you do the things you need to do in your life, not before. And this is a myth that needs to be broke because this is a myth that keeps people from shining their light, their purpose, their work that is so, so needed in this world. So when we together, the way we do it here, come together, hold space for each other, listen to each other, learn from each other, and then take the essence of others or what we learn from others, filter it to our own experience, and learn how to deliver it. Not necessarily what you say, but how you say it. That's where the power is. And this is something that I had to go through to be able to, like, I think, who said it? I think Donnelly, she said, you can teach it, but you have to heal it. You have to teach it. You have to teach it, but to teach it, you have to heal it. And we all go through this before. That's why we're all here. Why we all here? Because we went through a lot of stuff. And now we have so much lessons. And why to keep it for us? It's our duty to share that with the world. And how we can do it? Learning how to communicate. Communicate, community, connection, all the beautiful C words that we have in our life. And that's what I love to do. I love to do, to shine authentically of who God, universe, whatever you want to call it, put in me, because he put it in me for a reason and he didn't put it in you for another reason. So that's why I'm here. I love to speak. I love to empower people. I love to show people what they don't see yet, because that's someone else did to me. They saw things I didn't see in myself. Speaking, coaching, training, mentoring, those that have and are ready, or they think they're ready to bring their voice to be heard by everybody else. So then they give opportunity to other people to speak as well. So thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Adriana. Very inspirational talk you just gave us, and sharing of your story. Thank you for that. How do you work with people? How can people, is it in one-on-ones, and what do you have on the go?
It's from workshops and trainings, speaking on stages, and then that goes to coaching and dive deeper into smaller groups, into honing a lot of what confidence is and public speaking, because we all speak. Doesn't matter who you are, we're all public speakers. And then also to dive deeper into the roots of the lack of confidence, which that goes into what we all been learned to and experienced to. The root cause is childhood trauma.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Karin, we'll come around to you, and in this weaving of the circle together, allow you to speak of something that Adriana shared. And after that, Michelle will take us into round 3. Karin.
There were so many things that you said, Adriana, that just resonated with my soul and my own story. And there were the 2 things that I'd like to weave through, and I think it might be true for all of us, having listened to everybody, is number 1, your voice matters, right? All of our voices matter, and that's how we make an impact in this world. That's how we affect change. That's how we help people. And I think, too, one of the big things is turning our mess into our message, as Dean Graziosi says. And it's our personal experience. It's not what we learned in a book or in a course. It's our personal life experience and the vulnerability in sharing that with openness, with humility, vulnerability, that truly impacts every single person that we touch. So thank you, everybody, for what you do.
Thank you so much, Karin, for sharing. Thank you. Michelle, you could tell us what our next piece is, please.
Oh, sure. Wow. I'm just going to reflect that it's been amazing. This is like I think it was Adriana said, like every time we do this connection circle, it's like, well, because there's so many amazing people. So thank you all so much for being here, for bringing yourselves, bringing your gifts, showing yourselves, so that people who are watching can get to know, like, and trust you, and really get a sense for this sort of video business card, you know, like what, who you are and what the services you provide. So that's one of the purposes that we have here. And another purpose is for us to shine the light further. So there's a couple of things I wanted to tell you about. I'm going to drop a link in the chat. You'll get it by email after the session, but we want to offer each one of you another 15 minutes free to come and just do a solo interview with each of you. And so feel free to use that link or the link in your email to book. And anybody who has been on the Connection Circle previously is also welcome to do this. We want to get all of our alumni together and keep shining, because the more that we know and see each other, then the more that we can connect to and refer people. And I'll be like, oh, I know, you know, someone who could use Rahul's and Donnelly's services. I know that someone who wants to write a book and work with Nicole. I know someone who's, you know, survived breast cancer and, you know, worked with Karin. So now I know someone like that, and we can refer. So that's a piece. And we actually have also a provider circle for folks who need help with their business, who want extra support and visibility in the group, who want to do be on each other's podcasts, and who want to exchange services, and who want to, you know, there's a bunch of different benefits. And so I'll drop the link for that in the comments on the video. But we want to make sure that anybody who's watching, make sure that you connect with Karin and Nicole and Donnelly and Rahul. They'll hopefully we'll tag you guys in the cast afterwards, and you can drop your links in the comments in the Facebook group on the post, so that people who in the future see this can go, oh yeah, I definitely want to connect with them. And yeah, so what we do in this third round basically is go around, and I want you to each think of a word that kind of captures how you're feeling about the session today. What word would describe the magic that was this container? What can I hear? And I think I'm going to start with Adriana. What was your word for today?
I'm ready. I already have my word. So my word for today is rise.
Say again?
Rise. We're rising up. We rise up. We raise our voices. We raise our purpose and our soul purpose into this world. And that's why I seen here in today is we're all rising to our goals, to our mission, and we stand up and we walk on that path. So thank you so much to each one of you for standing on your path and rising. Continue to rise, because this is a process, not a destination. So thank you.
Awesome. That's a good one. How about Donnelly? What's your word for today?
welcoming,
Yay.
welcoming that this energy, this enthusiasm, this authenticity, this beauty, this heart-centeredness is so welcoming.
Yay! That's exactly why we're here. And thank you for being that and for being here. And for each of you being in the group as resource people for all of the people that we're going to be bringing in. We'll be doing micro summits on health-based topics as we go, and that will draw in more folks who are looking for services as well as providers who provide them. So we're just looking to, you know, kind of do a little bit of matchmaking here. So thank you for being that here, Dolly. Nicole, what was your word today?
My word is motivators, because everybody on here has been so motivational, has been so inspiring and pouring into each other and pouring into everybody that's gonna watch. So we are all motivators, and I love the vibe of everything.
Awesome. Yes, great stuff. Oh, thanks for being here. Lorna, I'm actually going to go to you next.
Okay. It's harmony. And it's actually interesting. I realized after I finished talking that I hadn't shared my why. And I think that it comes down to not only the aspect of oneness, but it's that being at harmony with our divinity, our human experience, being in harmony with relationships, being in harmony with our bodies. And a big part of it as well comes down to so that children can live in homes of harmony. And I'm feeling the harmony that's right here. And harmony to me speaks to that peace within, just right here. So I'm feeling that today.
Aw. Aw. I love that. Gushy feelings. Okay, Rahul, thank you for being here. What was your word?
My word is community. I know Donnelly talked about it during her talk. I believe it takes a village to do something, to help someone. And as we all have natural gifts, Michelle, you mentioned in your talk, it is important for us to see those gifts in people rather than seeing their gender, rather than seeing their race, rather than seeing anything else, but see the gifts in people, give them work according to the gift, not because he or she is being referred to you by someone, by your CEO or by anyone else, but give work on their gifts. And when you give work on their gifts, that's when the magic happens. Today, we are seeing a lot of mental health issues. It's not because people are incapable of. It is because we are asking them to do something that they have never done, and we are not training them well. So focus on giving them work according to their gifts, and you will see magic happening. So community, we all are people who can help each other. Ask for help not because you are weak, but because you want to become stronger.
Thank you, and thank you for providing that structure and space that you do in your world. It's amazing.
Thank you.
That's great leadership. Karin, what was your word?
So many, but I'm going to go with optimistic, because being in a room of like-minded people who are truly heart-centered just fills me with optimism for what's possible in this world. And that's what I'm going with, because it's very special. So thank you for creating this container and this community. And together, just like Rahul just said, it takes a village. It's not one of us that gets to make this impact. We get to make it together and truly spread optimism to people that don't even know that being optimistic is possible.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and you know, to look around, you'd think that the world was like already gone, and it's not, because we're here. So thank you each for being here, for for being present, for showing yourselves, because we are here. We're not going anywhere. We are making a difference, and this is going to make all the difference to the future. So want to say thank you so much for being here. Adriana, is there anything that I've forgotten? Can you take us on out?
Yes. Say thank you again to each one of you for your beautiful presence, for your beautiful gifts that you took the time to share with us. We had a couple of people watching us online, David, I think Kelly, Penelope, and some other people who are watching us online. Thank you so much for everyone. Please connect, all of you here, drop your comments and your links in our live. Also, we're going to tag you after this. We'd love to have you again here. Please take a moment and book your one-on-one interview so we can dive deeper into your own gifts, so people can know you a little bit more. And also, you love what you be, come back. We'd love to have you again, and also bring a friend with you. Come bring more people, more leaders coming together. We're creating this beautiful, strong tribe that we all need to have. We all need to come together and help each other and support each other. When we're not going well, then others can lift us up, and then we do the same for others. So thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you. And we'll see you next time. Until then, you know the deal. Live your life like it's truly, truly yours. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Before we